Okay, this is the tour to Zwift on the 8th, which is Sunday night. Recovering from a couple of drinks on the Saturday evening, so out with the pens. I'm going in C class, and the last time I got dropped quite early on, so I'm just trying to stay with the front group and keep myself somewhere near the back, sit in the draft as best that I can. The major part of this is the first little climb, which is the dirty suppressor, which we are leading up to now, and I'm sitting in quite nicely, doing about two and a bit watts per kilo. Not a problem. You can see by the map in the top right hand corner, it's going to be approaching the dirty suppressor, which is the first little blip in the race. There's 81 people on the course at the moment. Now we're on the suppressor, so I put in a bit of a dig. It's the first time I've had to really pedal. Watts per kilo goes up a bit, up in the first front of the group for the first part of the climb. Doing alright, feeling quite good. Heart rate's okay, 137-ish. And then get to the top of the climb. It kicks again as it goes around this right-hander. And then it sort of moves up, it pulls up a little bit here. And I'm in the top sort of 20, which is where I want to be. Ideally, out of 81, I want to be above 40th, which is halfway. See by the little map at the top that we're just in a slight incline, and then it'll level out and go downhill a bit. Sitting about 20th place now, which isn't a problem. In fact, I'm quite enjoying it, even though I'm not playing particularly well. And then speed it back up. Of course, the next thing now is the big climb, which will separate the race. So again, I'm just sitting in, trying not to get dropped, and sitting on the back as much as I can to do as little work as I possibly can do. And everything seems to be going to plan. I did get dropped on. I did this race a couple of days ago, and I got dropped well before this. This is now on the approach to the climb. You can see by the climb map on the top that it goes red pretty quickly. At the bottom of the climb, I'm 35th. So they all get away from me quite well. I'm not a brilliant climber, but I know I can push the watts out a little bit if I need to. So I average sort of 3.2. I can sort of do up some of these climbs, but not for long. It's not a massive long climb, this, as you can see. However, this is probably the fastest I've been up it. 32nd at the moment, and trying to sort of like ride the wheels as best I can. I'm not ever going to be at the front. So started at 35th, now I'm 36th. My selection's getting made here, and now I'm not in the front group. It kicks up again, you can see it going in the red. And now I'm going up 4 watts per kilo to try and make the difference. Still just above 40th place. And it sort of bends off to the left here and then goes across the bridge, but it keeps going up. Although it isn't a massive gradient, it really does take your legs. And this is where I normally struggle, just rounding this orange part here, and then I find it extremely hard on the yellow bit. So I'm 38th, so I'm 37th, 38th. So I'm actually dropped 2 places on the ride up the hill. Of course, I'm a slightly heavier rider, and then going across here, I think I more or less give up, and I don't think I'm going to catch them. And then my heart rate sort of comes back down a bit. I get 1 or 2 come behind, and I think I sit on these 2 lads here, D-Hop and the other lad who I can't pronounce his name. I will catch them up by the end of here, so I'm 40th, which is dead on, well, halfway, isn't it, out of 82. It just rises a little bit now, as you can see by the mini map on the top right. It's showing it's on a hill, and we get a little group of 5 going here. And I think at this point you can't sit in anymore. You've got to do your work and get on with them. I did this race a couple of nights ago and I know there's a downhill coming, so I'm just sort of sitting with them and doing my pulls. I don't want anybody to get away from us because I'm wanting to get as high a finish as I can. But better than I did last time, so I was well down on this. This is now the downhill, and it's going to be a race between the 5 of us, I think. I don't think we're going to catch many others up. Super tucking down the hill and coming in to the end. Goes down here. There we go. We have bridged across to another group. So this is kind of all to play for. I know coming up here it goes in a tunnel and there's an uphill which you can make a bit of a getaway from them. So I'm trying to sit on the back of these now and prepare myself for that. I'll roll up here, I think this is it, and slow the footage down. And you can see one lad's going off the front as quick as he can. I've dropped as much as I've got to try and go with them. And just as it crests there, you're sort of like gassed now. 140 beats per minute, which for me is my maximum, it's up there. I'm never going to catch him, so I've slowed down a bit and hope they're going to catch me up from behind and I can sit on 1 or 2 of them to come to the end. We are only 0.6 of a mile to the end. So these 2 lads come past us, Howard and Dowford. I'm going to try and sit on them. But I think everybody's got the same idea coming back. So they're all catching on now. And then I'm back to 35th, which is where I started the uphill climb. But I know that I'm alright with this finish. I know I've got like a bit of a sprint, not much, but I normally go on the second bridge, which will be about now. And you'll see the watch should start coming on a bit. Well, I haven't got much. And over the line in 32nd place, which is loads better than I did last time. Hope you enjoyed it. This is my new channel, Retyre'd Velo, and if you do watch it, just give us a thumbs up, that'd be lovely. Thanks very much. See you on the next one.